There's a lot of potential history to be made tonight at historic Hicks Field. The Steamers are 1 win away from their 10th in a row, which would be their longest win streak since 2014. But we've also got an individual mark to watch out for. If Chase Bruno gets a hit tonight, he'll break the hitting streak record in Edenton Steamers franchise history, currently held by Joey Wendell. The two are currently tied with a streak of 21 consecutive games. He has a shot to take the top spot all to himself tonight. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Luke Milai, where the Edenton Steamers are taking on the Greenbrier Knights tonight at historic Hicks Field. It's the fourth time these teams have met this season. The Steamers taking the prior two, including once here at historic Hicks Field. The Clams hold the season series 2-1 over Greenbrier. Once again, the Clams working on 9 consecutive victories. They haven't won 10 straight since 2014. You'd have to go back to 2011 to find a Steamers team that won more than 10 in a row. And they'll do it with the man Jacob Lawler on the mound for Edenton tonight, making his third start of the season. He's pitched over 12 innings. He has an ERA of 1.46. He struck out 14, allowed just 2 earned runs. He'll go against a Greenbrier Knights lineup that had a strong start to the season, a team that got out to a 6-1 start before they were swept in a home-and-home by the Steamers just last week. The Steamers outscored the Knights 27-6 in those 2 games when these teams last matched up. And we are ready to go here at historic Hicks Field. It'll be Luke Waters leading things off for the Knights against Lawler. Lawler's first pitch of the night is across for a called strike, and we're underway at historic Hicks Field. Waters out in left field tonight for the Knights. The 0-1 pitch is outside. Count evens up 1-1. Now this is a game that has a lot of meaning, at least from the head coach Chuck Slaughter's standpoint from the Knights. He said he's going all in tonight. Don't expect many subs from the Knights in this game. 1-1 pitch is taken for a called strike. 1-2 the count. Lawler's ready. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt off of Boyd. Count will even up 2-2. Lawler coming off a start against the Clayton Clovers where he went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, held the Clovers scoreless in those 5 innings. He's made 2 starts this season into the 5th inning where he's allowed 1 or fewer runs. 2-2 pitch. Down low, good at bat for Waters. Count fills up 3-2. Luke Waters comes into tonight hitting .320 through 9 games for the Knights. A long stare from Lawler, a deep breath. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up, first base side, foul territory. Abbott will give it a look. He'll drop out of play on the first base side. And we'll do it again at 3-2. In that home-and-home series these teams played, Waters went 1 for 4 between those games. He's got a good at-bat to kick off the game against Lawler tonight. And it ends in a called strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Jacob Lawler, and it's out number 1 here in the first. Lawler wins the opening battle of this game, as that'll bring Max Lucas up to the plate. That one just misses outside for a ball. 1-0 to Lucas. Head coach Justin Hill trying to shift his defense a little, moving second baseman Alden Cottle to his left a bit, trying to cover up that hole on the right side. There's a swing and a miss from Lucas. Count evens up 1-1. Max Lucas getting the start over at second base tonight for the Knights. He's got the count even 1-1. The pitch taken outside for a ball. 2-1 the count to Lucas. Lucas hitting .400 at the plate this season, but is 0 for 3 in his last 3 at-bats, 2 games against the Steamers. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Count evens up 2-2. Baller's ready. The 2-2 pitch. Outside. Count fills up 3-2. A long staring from Lawler. Second straight full count. The 3-2 pitch. Down low, ball 4. And it's a 1-out walk for Max Lucas. That'll bring Andrea Daltrey up to the plate. The runner over at first and just 1 out. As Lawler moves to the stretch for the first time tonight, takes a peek over at Lucas at first. Pitch. Down low, scooped out by Jeremiah Boyd. 1-0 the count. Andrea Daltrey getting the start over at third base tonight for Greenbrier. The 1-0. Lucas is off and running. That one's lined into right center field. That'll get down for a hit. Moving in to get it is Jackson Hipp. He'll throw it into second. And the Knights have runners at first and third with just 1 out here in the first. Back-to-back hitters reach for Greenbrier, and that brings Warren Bailey up to the plate with 2 men on. The last time Bailey was at historic Hicks Field, he had a 2-run double early in that game. He's got in a similar position here tonight. Baller's first pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air. Third base side, foul territory. That's going to drift all the way out of play. And foul to move the count 0-1. Andrea Daltrey in 8 games this season is hitting .346. He's only knocked in a few runs, or pardon me. Warren Bailey has knocked in 6 runs this season. And he'll take for a called strike. 0-2 the count. It's a big at bat for Jacob Lawler, finally getting out ahead of someone. With 2 men on, just 1 out. Bailey's the designated hitter for the Knights tonight. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, fouled off the glove of Jeremiah Boyd. The count will remain 0-2. Boyd seemed unhappy he wasn't able to handle the foul tip. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Steamers are a team that on this streak have gotten out to a bunch of early leads. They've scored in either the first or second inning in all 9 games in the streak. It's the Knights trying to flip the script here tonight. 0-2 pitch swung on, hit high in the air to left field. Tyler West slipping. He'll come on in. He'll make the catch. And the throw is drawn by Lucas. It's cut off by Beebe. And they hold the runners at the corners. 2 outs here in the first. It wasn't too deep, and Max Lucas took a couple of steps towards home before retreating back to the bag. So that'll bring Dylan Bowen up to the plate as Lawler looks to work out of the jam. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. It's Max Lucas over at third who walked, and Andrea Daltrey over at first who singled. Oh, and 1 the count to Bowen. The pitch. Taken for a called strike. 0-2. Lawler has gotten ahead 0-2 to back-to-back hitters. He's got the first baseman, Dylan Bowen, down in the count. 2 outs, 2 men on for the Knights. The 0-2 pitch. Up high. Good eye from Bowen to leave it alone. Count moves to 1-2. Bowen hitting .214 through 7 games this season for Greenbrier. Went 0 for 3 the last time these teams met up. That was at Lakewood Park. 1-2 the count to Bowen with 2 men on. The pitch. Just missed outside. They check down at first. Say no swing from Bowen. Looked similar to the other pitch in this at-bat that was called a strike as the count will even up 2-2. Lawler was a few steps off the mound heading back to the dugout. 2-2 the count. The pitch. A called strike 3. The second strikeout of the inning for Jacob Lawler. Strands 2 on the base paths for the Knights. We'll head to the bottom half of the first where the Steamers will get their first at bat and Chase Bruno will get a shot at some history. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where Chase Bruno, the man of the hour, will lead things off for the Steamers tonight, just as he has in every game. Once again, if you're just joining us, Bruno tied with Joey Wendell for the longest hit streak in Steamers history at 21 consecutive games. Wendell set the record back in 2011. Chase Bruno's got a hit in the first 19 games of this season, including 2 to end last season. So a hit tonight, and Chase Bruno is all alone in the record books. We'll see how many shots he gets at it tonight, but this is his first one against Andrew Ramos. Now Ramos brings a lot of velocity to the table in the low 90s. And Bruno will be the first one to face him. It's Ramos' first time pitching against Edenton today. See Bruno swinging a lot of first pitches. We'll see if he gets one that he likes to begin the at-bat. Pitch. He'll swing and foul at first base side. Slow pop up in the air. It'll be easily caught by Bowen over at first, and we'll have to wait a couple of innings for Chase Bruno's next at bat. One quick out here in the first, and that'll bring Tanner Thatch up to the plate. Thatch lets the first one come across for a ball, 1-0. Thatch got the start out in right field last night, and he's moved back to the designated hitter role today. He'll foul that one straight back and out of play. Count will even up 1-1 to Thatch. Thatch knocked in a run last night on a sac fly. He'll take that one in the inside corner for a called strike. 1-2 the count. His sac fly was a part of a 6-3 win over the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs last night here at historic Hicks Field. Thatch will chop that one high over to second. Moving in is Lucas. He'll scoop it up, flip to first in time for out number 2. Two quick outs here in the first for Ramos on the mound, and that'll bring Alden Cottle up to the plate. Cottle's been on a roll as of late. He had a couple more hits last night. So that's the first one come across for a ball, 1-0 the count. Cottle getting the start over at second base tonight with Jared Beebe over at third. 1-0 pitch, a swung on a miss by Cottle. Count will even up 1-1. For Ramos, this is only his third game of the season. It's his second start. He's pitched 4 innings, allowed a couple of runs on a couple of hits. He's walked 4 and struck out 8. As Cottle gets under that one, floats it out to right field. Down the line, moving in towards foul territory and making the running catch is Herman in right. And that'll wrap up the first inning. The Steamers go down 1-2-3 in their half of the first. We'll head to the second here at historic Hicks Field, all tied at 0. The new 2022 Edenton Steamers merchandise has arrived. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your new Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order, stop by Sound Feet Shoes of Edenton, or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up some of the brand new Chowan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we're still tied at 0. We're set to begin the second inning. Jacob Lawler back out on the mound for Edenton after he was able to work out of a first inning that featured a couple of base runners and just 1 out for the Knights. Lawler was able to retire the final 2 hitters he faced and get out of it and keep the game scoreless. And they'll match up with Corbin McLeod at the plate to begin this second inning. His first pitch is swung on and fouled straight back, 0-1 to McLeod. McLeod getting the start behind the plate tonight for Greenbrier. He'll swing at the 0-1 and send it high in the air to right center field. Moving over from center is Paulson, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Lawler's retired the leadoff man in both innings so far, as that'll bring Quincy Scipio up to the plate with 1 out here in the second. Scipio out in center field tonight for Greenbrier. He'll let the first pitch come across low for a ball, 1-0. Scipio hitting .379 coming into tonight through 9 games. He'll foul that one straight back. The count will even up at 1-1. Scipio's been solid against the Steamers this season. He's got 4 hits and 11 at-bats. He's knocked in a run. It's his first at-bat here tonight. He'll take high for a ball, 2-1. Something Jacob Lawler did better to end that first inning was he got ahead of the final 2 batters after working a couple of full counts to begin the inning. And he'll even this one up 2-2. Once again, Lawler's worked into at least the 5th inning in both of his prior starts this season. And he strikes out Scipio swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Jacob Lawler. And it's out number 2 here in the second. That'll bring Dominic Proctor up to the plate with 2 outs here in the second for the Knights. Lawler's pitch. Inside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Proctor. Proctor hitting 8th in this Knights lineup, starting over at shortstop for Greenbrier. That one will be punched out towards right field. It'll drop in front of him for a base hit. And it's a 2-out single for Dominic Proctor, the second hit of the night for Greenbrier, and they've got a man aboard. That'll bring up the man hitting in the 9-hole, Blake Herman. Out in right field tonight for Greenbrier with a man over at first. Lawler back to the stretch. That pitch is swung through by Herman for a strike, 0-1. Blake Herman has a couple of hits and just 5 at-bats against the Steamers this season, as Lawler will throw over to first and back in safely as Proctor. Those aren't pointless for Jacob Lawler. He's picked off 2 guys leading off of first this season. Before the 0-1 pitch, Herman calls time. We've seen Lawler with a couple of long gazes in. And that one a bit too long for Blake Herman. It's behind in the count 0-1 as Lawler comes set. Pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Herman trying to bring back up the top of the order. He's hitting 9th tonight for Greenbrier. Another long stare from Lawler. He'll take a peek over at Proctor. And now he'll throw over on Proctor. He's back in safely. Tate Abbott at first applies a quick tag. So we'll have to wait a moment longer for the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, punched over to the right side and through the hole for a base hit. It was softly hit, but the ball was hit so softly with Alden Cottle shaded towards second. It squeaked on through. Back-to-back singles for Greenbrier. Puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. And they do bring the top of the order back up. It'll be Luke Waters at the plate. Back-to-back 2-out singles for Greenbrier. They've got 3 hits tonight. Waters struck out and is only at bat. First pitch is a cross for a called strike on the outer half, 0-1. Again, a big hole over on that right side. We've seen a couple of opposite field singles through that right side hole from Proctor and Herman on second and first, respectively. The 0-1 to Waters. Swung on, fouled away. 0-2 the count to Luke Waters. Lawler trying to strand 2 nights for the second consecutive inning. He's got his sign. The 0-2 pitch, up high. Now moves to 1-2. Jacob Lawler will certainly work at his own pace, a bit of a slower pace than we saw last night with Blake Gibson. Gibson gets the ball, he gets right back up there and is ready to go, but Jacob Lawler slows it down a bit up there, especially with 2 men on. The 1-2 pitch, just outside. Waters nearly offered at it. The count evens up 2-2. Waters just 1 for 9 against the Steamers this season. Looking to build on that total here with 2 on and 2 outs. Swung on, fouled away and out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. Waters, one of a few guys on this night's roster from Old Dominion University. Played 17 games this spring in his sophomore season. The count's 2-2. The pitch. Swung on, grounded third base side and just foul to the left of that third base bag, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Waters, the 5th batter that Lawler's faced in the inning. Two-two. Called strike 3. Waters is down looking for the second time tonight. It's the 4th strikeout of the game for Lawler. And the Knights strand 2 on the bases for the second straight inning. We'll head to the home half of the second here to Historic Hicks Field. Still scoreless. The Steamers are proud to announce that Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the team for the 2022 season. Venture Tours is a family-owned business specializing in motor coach transportation, and the owners have been in the motor coach industry for more than 40 years. A mixture of hard work and family legacy helped to create Venture Tours, one of the most successful motor coach companies in Hampton Roads, coastal Virginia. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where Jeremiah Boyd will lead things off for the Steamers. Clams offense went down 1-2-3 in their half of the first. So Boyd looking to put first base runner on for Edenton tonight. He'll swing at the first pitch from Ramos. It's swung on and missed for a strike, 0-1. Once again for Ramos, this is just his second start of the season. As Boyd will foul that one back, 0-2. And Ramos has only pitched 4 total innings coming into tonight. So we'll see what his length is in this game. He did pitch 46 innings this spring at Randolph-Macon. So he's a guy that can pitch higher totals if he has to, and we'll see how far Chuck Slaughter wants to use him tonight. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Jeremiah Boyd on 3 pitches. It's the first strikeout of the game for Ramos, and it's out number 1 here in the second. That'll bring Nate Paulson up to the plate for the Steamers. Paulson hitting 5th tonight for Edenton. Now let the first pitch come across high for a ball, 1-0. Paulson riding the second longest hitting streak on the team. He's got a hit in 8 consecutive games. He'll swing and send that one high out to center field. Scipio moves back a couple of steps. He's under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Five up, 5 down for the Steamers offense, and that'll bring Tate Abbott up to the plate. Abbott sends that one the other way down the left field line. That is going to drop just foul. A long strike for Abbott. As he'll have to make the walk back to home plate. Once again, Abbott getting the start over at first base tonight. He's hitting .277 coming into this one. Abbott went hitless last night. He was 0 for 2. He did reach on a walk and eventually come around to score. The 0-1 pitch inside to Abbott, 1-1. Remember, this game is a rescheduled game after supposed to be played on Monday, was postponed due to potential weather issues. This was initially a Steamers off day, as that one's outside to Abbott, 2-1. So with the game moved to today, it's the second in a row for Edenton. The first of 5 straight before getting a couple of days off on July 3rd and 4th. As Abbott swings through that off speed from Ramos, 2-2 the count. Two and two the count. Ramos is ready. His pitch. Swung on, grounded first base side, foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. The Steamers come into tonight on a 9-game winning streak. It's put them at the top of the Premier Collegiate League. They sit at 11-4 in league play. They're also 9-3 here at home. They haven't lost at Historic Hicks Field in a couple of weeks. Abbott fouls that one third base side and out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. Already the longest at bat that Ramos has had to work through on the mound. Abbott doing a good job trying to make him work. Ramos is ready. The 2-2. Swung on line, fouled on the first base side. Abbott's now fouled off 3 straight pitches with 2 strikes, extending the at-bat against Ramos. Abbott trying to be the first steamer to break through. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouled away again. 4 consecutive foul balls for Tate Abbott as Ramos with a quick walk to the mound after punching the inside of his glove. Abbott not allowing him to make that final pitch. 2-2 again. The pitch. Swung on line into right field for a hit. Ramos punches his glove as Tate Abbott is aboard. It's the first base runner of the night for Edenton. It's the Steamers' first hit of the game. That's a fantastic at-bat for Tate Abbott, running the pitch count of Ramos up and winning the battle with a base hit. That'll bring Jackson Hipp up to the plate out in right field tonight for Edenton. Pitch. Hipp swings at the first pitch he sees, sends it high out to left field. Looking up is Walters. That ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Jackson Hipp. It's his first home run of the season, and it puts the Steamers ahead 2-0. A couple of 2-out hits for Edenton put them on the board. It's now the 10th consecutive game the Steamers have scored in one of the first 2 innings. Back-to-back hits from Tate Abbott and now Jackson Hipp. And now that single from Abbott looks all the more important. That nearly 10-pitch at bat to keep the inning alive. And Jackson Hipp pays it all off. Tyler West up to the plate for the first time tonight for Edenton, out in left field for the Steamers. He fouls off the first pitch he sees. Oh, 0-1 the count to West. Comes into this game hitting 176. He'll swing through that one. 0-2 the count now to West. Ramos is ready, the 0-2. Swung on, fouled away into the Greenbrier dugout from West. And he'll stay alive at 0-2. Steamers continuing to foul off 2 strike pitches from Andrew Ramos. West is ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. It's strikeout number 2 for Andrew Ramos to wrap up the second inning. But the Steamers get on the board, a couple of 2-out hits, including a 2-run home run from Jackson Hipp. Puts the Clams ahead 2-0 as we head to the third. The Edenton Steamers are excited to announce that they'll be hosting one more youth baseball camp this summer. Camp dates are July 13th through the 15th, and young ball players between the ages of 5 and 13 are welcome. The cost is $100 to register, and your kid will receive first-class instruction for some of the best college baseball players around. Visit EdentonSteamers.com to register today. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are out ahead 2-0 over the Greenbrier Knights as we're set to begin the top of the third inning. Jacob Lawler back out on the mound for Edenton for his third inning of work. He'll face Max Lucas, who's set to lead off the inning. Lucas fights off an inside pitch, straight back and foul. He's behind 0-1. Lawler's worked around 3 hits and a walk through the first couple of innings. Has stranded 4 Knights base runners so far. That one's fouled away again by Lucas, 0-2 the count. The second at bat of the night for Lucas. He walked in his only plate appearance so far. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. The 5th strikeout of the game for Jacob Lawler. And it's out number 1 to begin the third. That'll bring Andrea Daltrey up to the plate. That one will be sent high out towards left field. Tyler West moves a couple steps to his right, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring Warren Bailey up to the plate, the designated hitter tonight for Greenbrier. He comes to the plate with 2 outs in the third. Lawler's pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. In his first at bat, Bailey had runners at the corners, 1 out. He flew out, and it wasn't deep enough to bring home the runner at third. 1-0 pitch, he'll swing through that one. Count evens up, 1-1. Lawler's 1-1. Inside, 2-1 the count. Bailey's had some success here against the Steamers before. A couple of extra base hits in this field, and he'll send that one down the line, foul. For a ball to even up the count, 2-2. In the Knights' first trip to historic Hicks Field this season, Bailey hit a 2-run home run, and in their last trip, he had an RBI double. He's got the count even, 2-2 the pitch. Outside in the dirt, good eye from Bailey, and the count fills up 3-2. Lawler trying to keep the Knights off the bases for the first inning tonight. From the windup, the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled away to the right side and out of play. We'll do it again at 3-2. Bailey hitting .300 coming into tonight. In 9 games for Greenbrier, 3 of those have been against the Steamers. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded hard towards third, picked up by Beebe. He'll throw it over to first in time. The first 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Lawler on the mound for Edenton. So we'll head to the home half of the third with the Clams out ahead 2-0. The Albemarle Area United Way is a nonprofit organization that improves residents' lives in 9 counties throughout northeastern North Carolina. This year, the Steamers have partnered up with the United Way and are looking forward to helping raise money for their services. On Friday, July 2nd, the Steamers will be wearing specially themed patriotic jerseys for the game. And those jerseys will be auctioned off during the game, and all proceeds will go back to the Albemarle Area United Way. If you would like to have this one-of-a-kind jersey, be sure to be here that night and support a good cause. A huge thank you to H2OBX Water Park for making this night possible for the Albemarle Area United Way. We've already got a glimpse of those jerseys in the office here at Historic Hicks Field. They're really clean-looking jerseys, certainly based on the American flag. Once again, that'll be on July 2nd, Friday. The final game of this stretch for the Steamers before they have a couple of days off. That'll bring Jared Beebe up to the plate to begin the bottom half of the third. He'll push that one the other way into right field for a base hit. And throwing to first from right is Herman. Beebe was running it out the whole way, and he's in safely. It's a leadoff single for Jared Beebe. It's the 3rd hit of the game for Edenton. And they've got the leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight. And that'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate with a runner over at first. Bruno still looking for his first hit tonight. It would set the all-time hit streak record in Steamers history. Currently tied with Joey Wendell at 21 straight games. He popped out in his first at-bat. He'll line that one the other way. Moving in is Herman. He'll move back and make the catch. Bruno's only seen 2 pitches tonight as he sends that one out to right field for out number 1. That'll bring Tanner Thatch up to the plate with a runner over at first and 1 out here in the 3rd. First pitch to Thatch is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Thatch is 0 for 1 so far tonight, grounded out. And his only at bat back in the first. He'll take that one outside for a ball, 1-1. He's got Jared Beebe over at first, who led this inning off with a single to right field. Against Andrew Ramos in his 3rd inning on the mound for the Knights. Thatch takes it for a called strike, 1-2. Might have been waiting for that high velocity from Ramos, and he took something off of it there to drop it in for strike 2. One and two the count to Thatch. The pitch grounded high to first base. Oh, a nice leaping play by Bowen. He'll flip to the bag. It's Ramos covering for out number 2. Jared Beebe able to move to second on the play. Thatch is 0 for 2 tonight, but he does move Beebe into scoring position as Alden Cottle comes up to the plate. Steamers looking for a bit more 2-out magic. Had a couple of hits with 2 outs in the second, including a Jackson Hip home run to put them ahead. Cottle swings through the first pitch he sees. It nearly got away from McLeod. He kept it close. As Beebe thought about taking off for third, he'll hold back at second. Oh, 0-1 the count to Alden Cottle, who's 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out in his only at-bat. Cottle lines that one out to right field. Herman moving back. He's under it, and he'll make the lunging catch. The Steamers strand a runner out at second to end the third. We'll head to inning number 4 at Historic Hicks Field with the Steamers out ahead 2-0. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Edenton Steamers are trying to win their 10th consecutive game for the first time since 2014. They're off to a good start tonight. They've already put 2 on the board against the Greenbrier Knights. It's the top of the 4th inning here in Edenton, and Dylan Bowen will lead things off for Greenbrier. Bowen will take the first pitch low from Jacob Lawler, 1-0 the count. Lawler's worked through 3 innings so far for Edenton, allowed 3 hits. Walked 1, he stranded everyone on the bases as Bowen swings through that one, 1-1 the count. The Knights had a couple of base runners in each of the first and second innings, but went down 1-2-3 in the third. Bowen lets that one come across for a called strike at the knees, 1-2 the count. Bowen's 0 for 1 so far tonight. He struck out in his first at bat. The 1-2 pitch. Taken just low. Lawler tried to put it back in the same spot as the count will even up, 2-2. Once again, this is Lawler's 3rd start of the summer for the Steamers. Swing and a miss, he got him. Strikeout number 6 for Jacob Lawler tonight, and it's out number 1 to begin the 4th. That'll bring Corbin McLeod up to the plate, as Lawler's now retired 5 straight nights. McLeod lets the first pitch come across for a called strike, 0-1. McLeod flew out in his only at-bat this evening. He'll swing through the 0-1 pitch, quickly 0-2 the count. Lawler's back ahead on another batter. It's only the 4th game of the season for McLeod. He's gone hitless against the Steamers this summer. And that one's on the outside corner, a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lawler. He's up to 7 Ks tonight. Five of his 7 strikeouts have been looking, and there's 2 outs here in the 4th. Quincy Scipio up to the plate for Greenbrier, and he'll let the first pitch come across low for a ball, 1-0. Lawler's now retired 6 straight nights. 1-0 pitch is taken high for a ball, 2-0. Scipio struck out in his only at-bat tonight. Here comes the 2-0 from Lawler. Up high, 3-0 to Scipio. Once again, Scipio's reached 4 times and 11 at-bats against the Steamers this season. He'll take for a called strike. Lawler trying to work back into the count. It's 3-1 now to Scipio. Scipio hitting 7th tonight for Greenbrier. Lawler's ready, the 3-1. Taken down low, ball 4. It's the 2nd walk of the game issued by Lawler. And Quincy Scipio is aboard with 2 outs here in the 4th. We'll see if the Knights can take advantage of a 2-out base runner just as the Steamers did, as Dominic Proctor will come to the plate. He's a guy that's done it before. He had a 2-out single back in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. See if they can put together some timely hitting against Jacob Lawler, who's made some pretty timely pitches. So that one's in the outside corner for a called strike to Proctor. 0-1 the count. Proctor hitting .529 in 8 games coming into tonight. The 0-1. Proctor fouls it straight back. 0-2 the count. Lawler's 1 strike away from making it through his 4th inning of work. He's starting his 3rd game of the season. In his prior 2 starts, he made it into the 5th inning, allowed 1 run or fewer. Trying to do it for the 3rd time this summer. The 0-2. Just inside to Proctor. 1-2 the count. Lawler takes his time getting back on the mound. Working at his own pace. It's worked for him tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Runners going. That one's chopped over to short. Bruno running in. He'll pick it up. He'll throw to first in time to retire the side. 4 scoreless innings on the mound for Jacob Lawler. And we'll head to the home half of the 4th here in Edenton with the Steamers out ahead 2-0. Hello and welcome back to historic Kicks Field, where the Steamers are out ahead of the Knights 2-0, and Sam the Clam nearly won his first race of the season. Sam the Clam winless on his races. The Steamers have won 9 in a row, certainly trending in opposite directions. As Jeremiah Boyd will come up to the plate to lead off the 4th for Edenton. He's against Andrew Ramos, who's out for his 4th inning of work on the mound for Greenbrier. First pitch to Boyd. It's up high for a ball, 1-0. Boyd struck out on his only at-bat tonight against Ramos. 1-0 pitch is popped up in the infield. Lucas from second calls it. Now he's called off by Herman from right, who will come in to make the catch for out number 1. With 1 out here in the 4th, that'll bring Nate Paulson up to the plate. Nate Paulson 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out in his only at-bat in this game. That one's down low for a ball. 1-0 to Paulson. 2 for 2 last night with an RBI double. He'll swing and pop that one up. First base side, shallow right field. Herman moving towards the line, and he'll make the catch right on that right field line for out number 2. This was the scenario that the Steamers rallied on in the second. 2 outs, and Tate Abbott coming up to the plate. Abbott prolonged that inning with a 2-out single before he was knocked in on the 2-run home run from Jackson Hipp. Abbott fouls that one off against Ramos, 0-1. That's a familiar sight for Andrew Ramos, as Abbott fouled off 4 two-strike pitches before his 2-out single, much to the frustration of Ramos. 0-1 pitch. Abbott will swing through that one. 0-2 the count. It's Tate Abbott over at first base today for Edenton, trying to keep this inning moving. The 0-2 from Ramos. Swing and a miss. He got him. Ramos doesn't waste any time with Abbott this time around. It's strikeout number 3 for Ramos. And we will head to the 5th here at Historic Hicks Field, with Edenton still out ahead, 2-0. Venture Tours is excited to announce the return of their Atlantic City Casino Day trips. You don't have to break your piggy bank to visit Atlantic City for the day. Tickets are $85, and you must be 21 years or older to participate. The trip includes $35 in free slot play at Resorts Casino. And these Saturday trips offer exciting escorted trips where you can ride in comfort and luxury. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit VentureBusTours.com. Venture Tours, the official travel partner of the Steamers for the 2022 season. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field. The Clams are out ahead of the Knights 2-0. In their journey to win their 10th straight, they've won 9 in a row coming into tonight. As Blake Herman will lead things off for the Knights at the plate. First pitch to Herman is inside and low for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, chopped over towards third. Beebe's ready. He's got it. He'll throw to first in time to get the speedy Herman. One down here in the 5th, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order for the Knights. It's Luke Waters coming up to the plate for his third at bat. Luke Waters 0 for 2 so far tonight. He'll swing and ground that one over to third. Beebe's got it again. He'll throw to first in time again for out number 2. That'll bring Max Lucas up to the plate now with 2 outs here in the 5th. First pitch swung on, hit out to center. Paulson moves back a few steps. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. A quick inning on the mound for Jacob Lawler. It's his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. We'll head to the home half of the fifth here at Historic Hicks Field with the Steamers out ahead 2-0. Every year, the Steamers are proud to have the opportunity to raise money for the Jim Catfish Hunter ALS Foundation. On Saturday, July 16th, the Steamers will wear special themed jerseys that'll be auctioned off during the game. Proceeds will go towards the fight to strike out ALS. Catfish Hunter is a Major League Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher that lived just a short distance from Historic Hicks Field, was even a host family for the Steamers organization back in its inaugural year. Unfortunately, he lost his battle with ALS over 20 years ago, and the Steamers will continue to carry on his legacy and do their part to strike out ALS. We thank you for your support of a great cause. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are out ahead 2-0 over the Greenbrier Knights. The man leading off the inning is the reason the Steamers are on the board tonight, Jackson Hipp. Hipp's two-run home run, the only runs on the board for either side tonight. He'll leave the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike from Ramos. 0-1 the count. Ramos out for his fifth inning of work. Started this game for Greenbrier. That one's outside, 1-1. Pitching into the fifth, it's his longest appearance of the season. He's pitched more in this game than his first two outings combined. He pitched in 2 games, gone a total of 4 innings coming into tonight. So that one's down low to Hipp, 2-1 the count. Hipp's home run was his first of the season and his 6th extra base hit of the year. As he'll let that one come across for a called strike, 2-2 to Jackson Hipp. It's also now the 5th Steamer with 10 RBIs. 2-2 pitch is fouled away by Hipp. He'll stay alive. Keep the at-bat moving. Seems like every time the Steamers foul off a 2-strike pitch, Ramos quickly gets back up onto the mound. He does not like to mess around. 2-2 the count, the pitch. A called strike 3 on the outside corner. It's the 4th strikeout of the game for Andrew Ramos, and it's the first out here in the 5th. That'll bring Tyler West up to the plate with 1 out here in the 5th. West getting the start out in left field tonight for Edenton. He'll leave the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. West 0 for 1 so far tonight, struck out in his only at-bat against Ramos. He'll take for a called strike. 1-1 the count. He'll leave that one down low. 2-1 to Tyler West. He's only had a couple of at-bats against the Knights this season over the 3 games. He's 1 for 2 in those at-bats. He's ahead of Ramos, 2-1. The pitch. Across for a called strike, 2-2 the count. West came into the game last night to pinch run for Houston Wright, didn't get in that bat. So it's his first time at the plate in a few games for Edenton. The 2-2. Swung on it, broke his bat, and it drifts into foul territory. West is just left with the handle as the rest of the bat traveled right over the pitcher's mound. West will go get a new bat. Head coach Justin Hill is out to take care of that bigger piece that drifted towards where Andrew Ramos would have been standing. Ramos got out of the way quickly. He was already on his way to try and field the ball if it went into fair territory. As Tyler West will have his second bat of this plate appearance. He's evened up in the count, 2-2, with one out here in the fifth. Ramos is ready to go on the mound. 2-2 the count to West. Pitch. Outside corner, called strike 3 for Ramos. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ramos. That's his 5th strikeout of the night. And there's 2 outs here in the 5th. Ramos has now struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. As Jared Beebe will come up to the plate now for Edenton. Beebe swings at the first pitch he sees, knifes it foul on the first base side. 0-1 the count to Beebe. Jared Beebe singled in his only at-bat tonight, poked one out to right field. That one's taken down low for a ball. 1-1. No steamers reached since Beebe's single back in the third. Ramos has retired 8 consecutive steamers. Beebe takes that one outside. 2-1 the count. Beebe comes into tonight hitting .238. He's got the start over at third tonight, with Alden Cottle moving over to second. 2-1 pitch. Down in the dirt for a ball. 3-1. The count to Beebe. Ramos trying to make it through the whole order without allowing a base runner, and Beebe is now aboard for the second time tonight as he draws the 2-out walk against Ramos. It's the first walk of the game issued by Andrew Ramos, as that'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate. If you're just joining us, Bruno currently tied with Joey Wendell for the all-time hit streak in Steamers history at 21 consecutive games. It's his third at-bat tonight. He's 0 for 2. He's only seen 2 pitches total between the 2 at-bats. He'll swing first pitch again, this time foul it straight back. 0-1 the count to Bruno. Steamers have just 3 hits tonight, as do the Greenbrier Knights. A timely 2-out hitting from Edenton that has them ahead 2-0. The 0-1. Taken outside for a ball. They throw back to first. It got up high on Bowen, who throws his glove and hat to the ground. It deflected away from him, and it actually hit the first base umpire to stay in the area. So Courtney Phelps will jog out to first base to talk with Bowen. It's now Corbin McLeod, the catcher, for the Knights is over in the area. Chuck Slaughter, the head coach for the Knights, talking as well. Got him up high, looks like the face area. Now they've brought him out a cup as Phelps works her magic on Bowen. Things slowing down here in the fifth. The Steamers out ahead 2-0 thanks to a 2-run home run from Jackson Hipp back in the second. It's been Andrew Ramos doing a solid job on the mound for Greenbrier. He's allowed just 3 hits. And Jacob Lawler's been even better on the mound for Edenton. He's gone 5 shutout innings for the Steamers. He's allowed 3 hits as well. It's the 4th matchup between these two teams this season. The Greenbrier Knights got the first of the first 3 here at historic Hicks Field, but the Steamers have won the last 2 and lead the season series 2-1. As Bowen looks like he's ready to go, Courtney Phelps, another successful job. So back to the at-bat at hand. Ramos will get a pitch or 2 to get back into the rhythm, and Chase Bruno will be back up at the plate. Count is 1-1 to Bruno. It's his 3rd at-bat tonight. A chance at history for Bruno with a hit. The 1-1. He'll take that one for a ball. 2-1 the count to Bruno. He's led off every game this season as the most at-bats on the Steamers, the most hits. 2-1 pitch, sends it high in the air out to right center field. Moving over is Herman from right. He's under it, and he'll make the catch to retire the Steamers here in the 5th. We'll head to inning number 6 at historic Hicks Field, with the Clams still holding a 2-0 lead. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are out ahead of the Greenbrier Knights 2-0. We've got our first pitching change of the night here in Edenton. The Steamers removed Jacob Lawler, who went 5 shutout innings, struck out 7, walked 2. And they bring in Chris Morris to begin the 6th inning. For Morris, it's his 7th appearance of the season. He's pitched 10 2/3 innings, a 3-0 record. 0.84 ERA for Morris. And he'll get to work against the 3, 4, and 5 hitters of the Knights. Andrea Daltrey will lead things off for Greenbrier, and he'll take a called strike, 0-1. Daltrey 1 for 2 tonight. He swings through that pitch from Morris quickly down in the count, 0-2. Morris is ready. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on line, foul down the left field line. We'll do it again at 0-2. Morris, a guy you'll see switch up his speeds on his windup time and time again. Got the count, 0-2. He'll quick pitch him this time, and he went so fast that the ball didn't even reach the dirt. It bounces in the grass before Jeremiah Boyd for the first ball of the at-bat. 1-2 the count. Morris has pitched against the Knights before. He's gone 2 shutout innings in relief. Struck out 4 in that appearance. Allowed just 1 hit. He's got a 1-2 count against Andrea Daltrey. Morris is ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled away. First base side. Abbott will give it a look near the fence as it drops into the street on the first base side. Daltrey hitting .346 through 8 games coming into tonight. He'll swing and send that one high in the air to right field. Moving over to his left is Hip. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. 1 out here in the 6th, and that'll bring Warren Bailey up to the plate for Greenbrier. Warren Bailey, the designated hitter for Greenbrier tonight. He's been held without a hit in 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2. First pitch from Morris is up and in. Handled by Jeremiah Boyd for a ball, 1-0. Bailey in that cleanup spot for Greenbrier. But right now, he's just trying to set the table for a team that trails by 2. That one is swung on and missed, 1-1. The Knights don't have a hit since back in the 2nd inning when they had a pair in the inning. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, lofted out to left field. West will move a couple of steps to his right and make the jogging catch for out number 2. Couple of softly hit balls for the first 2 outs against Chris Morris. That'll bring Dylan Bowen up to the plate. Bowen's 0 for 2 so far tonight. He struck out in each of his first 2 at-bats. That one is swung through by Bowen. He's down 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-2 the count. 6 consecutive nights have been retired by Steamers pitching. The 0-2 pitch from Morris. Up high, 1-2. Bowen still without a hit against the Steamers this season, including tonight. He's 0 for 5. And he'll send that one high into the air. Shallow left center field. Bruno moves back from short. He'll be called off by Paulson in center, who will come in to make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Chris Morris in relief. We'll head to the home half of the 6th here at Historic Hicks Field with the Steamers out ahead 2-0. Edenton IT has all your repair needs. Another cracked phone screen? They've seen it. A computer virus taken over? They've battled it. Password recovery needed? They've got you. Time for a software update? Hand it over. In dire need of family filtering? Well, every family could use some of that. Call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591. That's 252-573-4591. Or visit them online at edentonit.com. No one likes to strike out by missing a Zoom call, losing data, having slow software, or even just a broken computer. Call them once again at 252-573-4591 for all your computer service needs. It's Edenton IT, located at 203 South Broad Street in downtown Edenton. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers trying to add on to what is a 2-run lead here in the 6th. Tanner Thatch will be the man to lead things off for Edenton against Andrew Ramos, out on the mound for his 6th consecutive inning of work. That one's grounded towards the middle, scooped up by Lucas. He'll throw across his body in time to get Thatch. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the 6th here for Ramos. That'll bring Alden Cottle up to the plate with 1 out. Not a lot of offense here tonight. Only 3 hits for each team. The Knights haven't mustered a hit since the 2nd. The Steamers haven't gotten one since the 3rd. Cottle takes for a called strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. Cottle's 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown out a couple of times. As he leaves that one outside for a ball, 1-1. Cottle's been hitting well as of late. He went 2 for 4 last night. Also scored a run in the 6-3 win over Virginia Beach. He'll take that one outside. 2-1 the count. Andrew Ramos has been very good up on the mound for Greenbrier tonight. So that one's up and in, 3-1. Ramos, the type of guy you'd look to try and end a winning streak of the magnitude that the Steamers have it at now. 9 consecutive wins for Edenton. Haven't won 10 straight since 2014. The pitch. Swung on and missed by Cottle. Count fills up, 3-2. Alden Cottle getting the start over at second base tonight. The 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for Alden Cottle. The second walk of the game for Ramos on the mound. And that'll bring Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate with a man on and one out. That walk for Alden Cottle is the first time one of the first 5 hitters in the Steamers lineup has reached tonight. Those first 5 had previously been 0 for 12 before Cottle at least drew a walk. Jeremiah Boyd stands in against Ramos. He'll foul the first pitch straight back. Bounces right back into the field of play. It's a strike, 0-1 the count. Boyd 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out in his first at-bat, popped out in his second. Boyd looking to get back in the hit column, went 0 for 4 last night against the Sea Dogs. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on a miss by Boyd, 0-2. If there's a team Boyd's going to get back on the right track against, it is the Knights this season. Boyd's 4 for 8 against Greenbrier with a double and 3 RBIs. As we've seen through the first couple pitches this at bat, trying to wave the flies out of his face. It's ready with the count, 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball from Ramos. That's strikeout number 6 for Andrew Ramos, and it's out number 2 here in the 6th. That'll bring Nate Paulson up to the plate now for Edenton. Paulson's flown out a couple of times in 2 at-bats, and he'll swing through that one for a strike, 0-1 the count. Paulson's got Cottle over at first, who walked with 1 out. Up high, Paulson lays off. Count will even up 1-1. Paulson comes into tonight hitting .328, one of 4 Steamers hitting over .300 before tonight. And he'll line that one out to left field. Waters moving back towards the wall, looking up, it's off the wall. Waters will get it in quickly from left, sliding in head first safely is Cottle before the throw. Paulson moves to second. It's the first hit since the 3rd inning for Edenton. They've got runners in scoring position at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs here in the 6th. It's the 2nd extra base hit of the night for Edenton. Nate Paulson extends his hit streak to 9 games with that double. That'll bring Tate Abbott up to the plate with 2 outs, and there'll be a meeting out at the mound with Ramos. That hit for Paulson, it's only the 4th of the night for Edenton. Paulson's been nearly lights out aside from the blast from Jackson hit back in the 2nd. The 2-run home run is the only difference in this game. This is the first time that Ramos has allowed 2 men on in the same inning since that 2nd inning, where Hit put 2 on the board. There is some throwing going on in the Knights bullpen. You'd have to think this is Ramos' inning to finish. And they're going to give him Tate Abbott. Abbott has a 2-out hit in this game, had a single with 2 outs back in the 2nd, eventually scored on the hip home run. He's got Alden Cottle over at 3rd, who walked, and Nate Paulson at 2nd, who doubled. A massive chance for the Steamers to add some insurance. That one's outside. 1-0 to Tate Abbott. Abbott hitting .277 coming into tonight. He's 1 for 2 in the game. That one comes across for a called strike to Abbott on the outer half. 1-1. Ramos, a high velocity guy. Not showing many signs of slowing down just yet. Up in the low 90s. His fastball can reach. 1-1 pitch fought off by Abbott. Out towards short. Proctor running in. He'll throw to first in time. As the Steamers strand 2 here in the 6th, we'll head to inning number 7 at Historic Hicks Field. Edenton still out ahead, 2-0. The Edenton Steamers are the greatest show in town. How can we make that any better? Throw in some fireworks. We have 2 fireworks shows scheduled for the rest of the summer. You can catch these shows on Saturday, July 2nd and Saturday, July 30th. Mark your calendars and we will see you at the ballpark. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign him up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance. Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, and an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers still nursing a 2-run lead over the Greenbrier Knights. It's one of the closest games in this streak for the Steamers, who have won 9 in a row, trying to make it 10 tonight. 2 of those 9 wins have come against the Greenbrier Knights, as Corbin McLeod will lead things off in the 7th for Greenbrier. He'll swing at the first pitch from Morris. He'll send it high in the air to center. Paulson moving all around, and he's under it to make the catch. It was a dance to get there, but it's the first out here in the 7th. It's the 8th consecutive batter retired by Steamers pitching as Quincy Scipio will come up to the plate. Scipio lets the first pitch come across for a called strike from Morris, 0-1. Morris in for his 2nd inning of relief for Jacob Lawler. Lawler went the first 5 innings, struck out 7, allowed no runs. That one's across for a called strike, 0-2. Scipio 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, lined out towards left field. West is right there, and he'll make the catch. One of the harder hit balls as of late for Greenbrier, but that one was right at Tyler West. It's the 2nd out here in the 7th. So that'll bring Dominic Proctor up to the plate with 2 down for Greenbrier. Again, the Knights don't have a hit since the 2nd inning. Proctor will take low for a ball, 1-0. Morris has retired all 5 hitters he's faced on a flyout. Proctor will push that one off foul on the first base side off front of the Knights dugout. 1-1 the count. Morris, usually a high strikeout guy, 4th on the Steamers with 21 strikeouts coming into tonight. Swing and a miss there from Proctor. 1-2 the count. Proctor's 1 for 2 tonight. He singled back in his first at bat. 1 of 3 hits for the Knights in the game. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. The first strikeout of the night for Chris Morris. He's retired all 6 batters he's faced. We'll head to the home half of the 7th. It's the Steamers 2 and the Knights nothing. The Steamers are excited to announce a newfound partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Albemarle. This season will mark our first annual jersey fundraiser for the organization. To coincide with our Chowan County Cantaloupes moniker, we'll be wearing. We would like to extend a huge thank you to RC Theater's Albemarle Movies 8 for their sponsorship and support of the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you for your support of this great cause. The Steamers donned those Cantaloupes jerseys last night here at historic Hicks Field in a 6-3 win over the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs. It was the second of 4 Cantaloupes games this season. The Steamers are 1-1 as the Cantaloupes. Back to the task at hand. We're about to get ready to go in the bottom of the 7th here at historic Hicks Field. The first pitching change of the night for the Greenbrier Knights. Luke Dawson makes his first appearance for Greenbrier, relieving Andrew Ramos, who went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, just 2 runs. Both coming on a 2-run home run by the man leading off this inning, Jackson Hipp. Dawson has not pitched against the Steamers this season. His first pitch to Hipp is swung on and missed, 0-1. It's also his first time coming in relief. Both of his prior outings have been starts. That one swung on and missed by Hipp. 0-2 the count. Hipp 1 for 2 tonight with that 2-run home run. He struck out looking his last time up. That one a bit out on Hipp, 1-2. The Knights switching up the angle on the mound a bit with Ramos as the righty and Luke Dawson coming in as the left-hander. The 1-2 pitch swung on, just fouled away by Hipp. We'll do it again at 1-2. Jackson Hipp with one of the Steamers' 4 hits tonight. Not a lot of offense here at Historic Hicks Field. Something that's been the case as of late for Edenton. That one fouled straight down and off the body of Hip. We'll do it again at 1-2. The Steamers have scored 6 or more runs in 7 of the 9 games in this winning streak. They've also held their opponents to 3 or less runs in 6 of the 9 games. So they've really gotten it on both sides. 1-2 pitch, fouled away by Hip. He stays alive. Third consecutive foul ball with 2 strikes. As he tries to make Luke Dawson work against his first batter of the night. 1-2 the count to Hip. The pitch. Swung on, foul down the third base side. We'll do it again at 1-2. 4 consecutive 2-strike foul balls for Hip. Resembles a Tate Abbott at bat back in the second inning. He also fouled off 4 straight 2-strike pitches. Eventually singled. He won the battle in that inning. We'll see if Hip can have similar success. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fought off, out towards right center field. It's going to get down for a hit. Cut off in the gap by Herman in right field. Jackson Hip wins the battle. It's a leadoff single to begin the 7th here for Edenton. It's the second hit for Jackson Hip tonight. And that's going to do it tonight for Hip, as he'll be replaced on the bases by Davis Halstead. We've seen this move a couple of times from Justin Hill. We saw Halstead go out into the field for Hip last night. So he'll be out there on the bases now, but he'll be in the field for the 8th and 9th inning, which may be the more important part of this move, as Tyler West comes to the plate with nobody out here in the 7th. And Dawson will throw over on Halstead, keep him close. Daltrey on that infield grass at third base against Tyler West. He struck out in both of his at-bats tonight. First pitch, he shows bunt and fouls it off the mask of McLeod behind the plate for a strike, 0-1. A long break here between pitches between Dawson and West. 0-1 the count. West was swinging away that time. He takes up high for a ball, 1-1. Trying to confuse Daltrey over there at third. Now he's back in the dirt, still right up against that infield grass, but no longer on the grass. Bowen holding on Halstead at first, and Proctor and Lucas at short and second, both shading towards that second base bag, as Dawson will throw over. It nearly got away from Bowen. A nice play by Bowen to protect that ball from going all the way to the fence. It's been some very clean baseball defensively tonight. No errors for either side. It's been a pitcher's duel to a T. 1-1, Halstead's off and running. It's taken for a called strike. The throw down is in time. Halstead caught stealing for the first out here in the 7th, as the count also moves to 1-2 to Tyler West. West now with nobody aboard. Trying to get on for the first time tonight. 1-2 the count. Pitch. Swung on, grounded left side and foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. Luke Dawson just finished up his grad year at Old Dominion University. He's over here in Greenbrier for another year of summer ball. And he strikes out Tyler West, swinging for out number 2 here in the 7th. And that'll bring Jared Beebe up to the plate with 2 outs. Jared Beebe and Jackson Hipp, the only 2 steamers to reach twice tonight. Beebe singled and walked in each of his plate appearances. He'll send that one up high and fouled on the first base side over the fence and out of play. 0-1 the count to Beebe. Oh, and 1 the count to Beebe. That one's down low near his feet. 1-1 the count. Beebe hitting .238 coming into tonight, an on-base percentage of .360. Both bound to shoot up after tonight. And he'll ground that one down the line. It's a fair ball down the third base side. Beebe rounding first. It goes all the way to the corner. And he'll take second base standing up. It's the 3rd time Beebe's reached tonight. It's his 2nd hit of the game. And that'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate with a runner out in scoring position. Bottom of the 7th inning and a 2-run ball game. The pitching's been solid. With the Steamers in the lead, you don't know if they'll bat in the 9th. So this very well could be Bruno's last at bat of the game. Looking to set the hit streak record with a hit tonight. That one's inside to Bruno, 1-0. Currently tied for the all-time record with Joey Wendell of 21 consecutive games with a hit. 19 this season and 2 to end last season. Inside near the feet of Bruno, 2-0 the count. Now McLeod will go out to have a chat with Dawson, pardon me. It's Jared Beebe down at second, who doubled with 2 outs. The 2-0 to Bruno. Down low, 3-0 the count now to Chase Bruno. We'll see if Dawson will give him a strike. With 2 outs in the 7th, there is a base open over at first. The always dangerous Tanner Thatch drew up next. The 3-0 pitch. Down low, ball 4. They walk Bruno on 4 pitches. It's the first time he's reached tonight. And that'll bring Tanner Thatch up to the plate with 2 on and 2 outs. Lefty on lefty. Thatch against Dawson. The first pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 to Thatch. Taken for a called strike, 0-2. Thatch 0 for 3 so far tonight. He's grounded out in all 3 of his at-bats. He's got Jared Beebe down at second, who doubled. Chase Bruno over at first, who walked. Trying to add on to a 2-0 lead. The 0-2 pitch. Inside on Thatch for a ball, 1-2. McLeod really tried to frame that one. Thatch in the designated hitter spot tonight. We've seen him get starts out in right field, over at first base, and in this hitting role. The 1-2 to Thatch. Outside for a ball, 2-2. Few long at bats here against Dawson. 3 steamers have reached in the inning. Now time is called. Dawson will step off. Two and two. Dawson's ready. The pitch to Thatch. In the dirt for a ball. 3 straight balls. After Dawson got ahead 0-2, the count fills up. Luke Dawson, the second pitcher used tonight for Greenbrier after Andrew Ramos went the first 6 innings, allowed just 2 runs. 2 men on, they'll be off on the pitch. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, poked behind the plate and foul. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Tanner Thatch keeps the at-bat alive. The biggest at-bat tonight for the Steamers, the biggest pitch of the game coming from Dawson. The 3-2 pitch. And he got him on a check swing on a pitch inside to retire the side. The Steamers leave 2 out on the bases to end the 7th. We'll head to the 8th. Edenton still out ahead, 2-0. Who's ready to rock? The first annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 24th. We'll welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 4 p.m. that afternoon, PB&J will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 6, and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 8. Advanced tickets will be made available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rockin' event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers hold a slim 2-0 lead over the Greenbrier Knights. Chris Morris back out on the mound for his 3rd inning of relief for Jacob Lawler. He'll face Blake Herman, who grounds one over to short. Bruno picks it up, throw to first in time for out number 1. "11 consecutive hitters retired by Steamers pitching as we're back to the top of the order for the 4th time. Luke Waters up to the plate. That one's inside on Waters, 1-0. Waters 0 for 3 in this game. He struck out twice. He takes that one for a called strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Taken for a called strike. 1-2 the count. Now to Waters. Waters out of Old Dominion University was hitting .320 coming into tonight. He's 0 for 3 so far. The 1-2. Swung on, grounded right side, through the hole for a base hit. Just missed. A diving Cottle at second. That's the first hit since the second inning for Greenbrier. And they've got a man aboard with one out here in the eighth. Max Lucas up to the plate now with a man over at first. He'll show bunt, he'll pop it up, foul. And over the netting and out of play. 0-1 the count to Lucas. Lucas 0 for 2 tonight. He reached back in his first plate appearance with a walk. He's still without a hit. That hit from Waters was just the fourth of the game for Greenbrier. The 0-1. Fouled straight back into the netting. 0-2 the count. That hit from Waters broke a streak of 11 consecutive nights being sent down by Steamers pitching. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The second strikeout of the game for Chris Morris, and it's out number 2 here in the eighth. Some spectacular pitching from the Steamers tonight. Andrea Daltrey up to the plate. A runner over at first, 2 outs in the eighth. Knights trailing by 2. That one's taken, blocked by Jeremiah Boyd. He's quick to get up with it. And the count's 1-0 to Daltrey. Daltrey 1 for 3 tonight. Had a hit back in his first at bat in the first inning. Back when the Knights had runners on the corners and just 1 out, they weren't able to get the timely hit there. They've gone scoreless since. Outside, 2-0 the count to Daltrey. Morris has been just about as reliable as they come out of the bullpen. Now over 13 innings pitched. He's allowed just 1 run in relief as that one's popped up behind home plate. Boyd moving over towards the Steamers' dugout, and he makes the catch. 3 scoreless innings of relief for Chris Morris on the mound. The Steamers have held the Knights scoreless through 8. We head to the home half of inning number 8. The Steamers out ahead 2-0. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers hold a 2-0 lead over the Greenbrier Knights. Alden Cottle leading things off for the Steamers here in the 8th. He'll take a pitch outside from Luke Dawson, who's out for his second inning of relief. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Cottle. 1-1 the count. Alden Cottle's reached once in 3 plate appearances tonight. He walked his last time up at the plate. He's flown out a couple of times. 1-1 pitch, swung through and missed by Cottle. 1-2. Luke Dawson had a shaky bottom of the 7th inning. Gave up a couple of hits and walked a batter, but a couple of strikeouts and a man caught stealing. Was able to keep the Steamers scoreless in the inning. The only 2 runs in this game coming on a 2-run home run from Jackson Hitt back in the 2nd. Up high to Cottle, 2-2. Steamers have gotten the job done on the mound from Jacob Lawler, who went the first 5 scoreless innings, and Chris Morris has followed him with 3 shutout innings. So that one floats up a bit high to Cottle. Never came all the way back down. Count fills up 3-2 to Alden Cottle. 3, 4, and 5 due up in this inning. Alden Cottle leading things off for Edenton. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. The 3rd strikeout of the game for Dawson, and it's out number 1 here in the 8th. That'll bring Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate with 1 out here in the 8th. The Steamers still looking for their first hit from the first 4 hitters in the lineup. Jeremiah Boyd 0 for 3 tonight, a couple of strikeouts. First pitch from Dawson's up high, got a bit away from him. 1-0 the count. It's Boyd's first time facing Dawson tonight. His previous 3 ABs came against Andrew Ramos. The count to Boyd. The pitch up high off the glove of McLeod and straight back. 2-0 the count. Steamers offense trying to add a bit more on to this 2-run lead. They've shut out the Knights so far. The Steamers are without a shutout so far this season. We'll see if they go back to Morris in the 9th or another change is made on the mound. 2-0 the count to Jeremiah Boyd. The pitch. Taken outside for a ball. 3-0 to Boyd. A long stare over to Justin Hill, coaching over at third base from Boyd. The 3-0 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Jeremiah Boyd reaches for the first time tonight. It's a 4-pitch walk issued by Luke Dawson. And the Steamers have a runner aboard with 1 out in the 8th. Time is called, and the Steamers are going to get another pinch runner out there. Justin Hill trying to manufacture as many runs as he can in a close game. Adam Fine comes in to run for Jeremiah Boyd. Steamers do have Case Kermode available to come in to catch the 9th inning. as Nate Paulson comes up to the plate. With Fine over at first, 1 out here in the 8th. Paulson doubled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He'll take that one for a called strike, 0-1. That double extended Nate Paulson's hit streak to 9 games this season. Dawson's pitch is swung on and missed by Paulson, 0-2 the count. It's also Paulson's first time seeing Dawson tonight. Only 2 pitchers used by Greenbrier in this game. Andrew Ramos, the first 6 innings, allowed just 2 runs. Luke Dawson in his second inning of relief, trying to keep the deficit at just 2. So that one's up high to Paulson, 1-2 the count. One and two the count. That one's popped up, shallow left center field. Moving back from short is Proctor. He'll make the catch, backpedaling. There's 2 outs here in the 8th. Tate Abbott up to the plate for the 4th time tonight. That one's inside on Abbott. 1-0 the count. Abbott 1 for 3 tonight, singled back in his first at bat, came around to score on the 2-run home run from Jackson Hitt. Up high, 2-0 the count. It's Adam Fine over at first, who came into pinch run for Jeremiah Boyd, who walked earlier in the inning. Abbott chops that one over to second. Lucas has it. He'll throw to first in time to retire the side. We'll head to the 9th here at historic Hicks Field. The Steamers out ahead 2-0, looking for their first shutout of the season. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field as we're just about ready to begin the 9th inning between the Steamers and the Knights. Edenton out ahead 2-0, looking to extend their winning streak to 10 consecutive games. To do it, they're going to have to win a low-scoring affair. And they throw out one of their best pitchers here for the 9th, Tanner Thatch, onto the mound for the first time in this game. He previously was the designated hitter tonight, went 0 for 4 at the plate, but he's looking to shut things down on the mound for Edenton. It's the 5th appearance of the season for Thatch, who's pitched 9 scoreless innings. He struck out 16 in those 9 innings. He'll have to go up against 4, 5, and 6 in the order for Greenbrier. Warren Bailey will lead things off for the Knights. He's 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch from Thatch outside for a ball, 1-0. It's his 5th outing. It's his 4th in relief for Edenton. He did make 1 start over at Lakewood Park. Otherwise, this has been his role as that one's up high. 2-0 the count to Bailey. Two-zero pitch. Across for a called strike, 2-1. Bailey's a guy that's hurt the Steamers in the past. And he gets under that one, pops it up foul, straight back, 2-2. Bailey's got 2 extra base hits against the Steamers this season. He's knocked in 4 runs. He's up with nobody on here in the 9th. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout number 1 for Thatch. It's the first out here in the 9th. Dylan Bowen up to the plate. With 1 out in the 9th, Bowen's 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out a couple of times. A called strike to begin the at-bat, 0-1. Bowen over at first base for Greenbrier, trying to get something started in the 9th. He'll send that one high in the air, foul territory, first base side. It'll drop out of play. Quickly, he's behind, 0-2. The Steamers are 7 for 7 in save opportunities this season. Thatch has one of those. It's his 2nd opportunity this summer. Thatch is ready. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up towards the infield. Cottle moves over from second. He's back, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. The Steamers 1 out away from extending the win streak. 1 out away from their first shutout of the season. The Knights down to their final out. Corbin McLeod up to the plate for Greenbrier. First pitch. Down low for a ball to McLeod, 1-0. McLeod struck out once in 3 at-bats. He's 0 for 3 coming into tonight. That one's across for a called strike, 1-1. The Knights only 4 hits tonight, just 1 since the 2nd inning. That one's inside for a ball, 2-1 to McLeod. It's the 3rd different pitcher that McLeod has faced tonight. And that one just misses, nearly evened up the count. It moves 3-1 now to McLeod. The Knights' only goal here, try and bring that tying run up to the plate. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Count fills up at 3-2. Corbin McLeod and the Knights down to their final strike. Tanner Thatch trying to finish things off for the Steamers. The claps begin here at historic Hicks Field. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Tanner Thatch pitches a scoreless ninth inning as the Steamers win their 10th consecutive game. It's the longest win streak for Edenton since 2014. They moved to 16-4 on the season and 12-4 in Premier Collegiate League play. The Steamers continue their dominance here at home. They're now 10-3 in front of the historic Hicks Field crowd. And it was a three-man effort, but it's the first shutout for the Steamers pitching staff tonight. And once again, that is 10 in a row for the Edenton Steamers. Quite the milestone for this team that started 6-4. They've won 10 straight. They'll be on the road tomorrow night in Tarboro before returning home for a pair here at historic Hicks Field. Thank you so much for watching this broadcast of Steamers baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. I'll see you tomorrow night.